Elena met Daniel Carter at the local church on a quiet Sunday morning. She was 35, while Daniel was 42. He lived with his elderly mother in a small house on the east side of town, while Elena stayed in an apartment just 2 streets away with her younger sister and ailing father. Elena had dedicated her life to taking care of her father, Henry Wallace, who was bedridden and required constant attention. Because of this, she didn't work and only left the apartment when her sister, Lily, was home. Unlike Elena, Lily was 10 years younger, tall, and full of life. She had long brown hair, a radiant summer glow, and a natural charm that attracted attention wherever she went. Men frequently asked Lily out to dinner or movies, while Elena remained at home, devoted to her father's care. Lily worked at a boutique in town and spent her free time lounging on the rooftop garden of their apartment building. One warm June afternoon, Elena brought Daniel home for the first time. She introduced him to her father, who lay in bed with a book on his lap and the television playing in the background. "This is Daniel, Dad. He works at the hospital. We met at church last week, remember?" Elena asked gently. Her father barely looked up. "No," he muttered, uninterested in new people or his daughter's friends. Just then, Lily entered the room, wearing a black bikini and white sandals. Flashing a playful smile at Daniel, she teased, "So, my big sister finally has a boyfriend?" Daniel's face turned crimson as he glanced down at his feet. Lily laughed. "Come up to the rooftop garden. Let's have some wine. The sun is wonderful today." "Oh, Daniel hesitated. Elena shot her sister a sharp look but then sighed. "I need to get Dad something to drink." "Go ahead, Daniel. I'll be up in a minute." The rooftop was warm and inviting with 2 chairs, a sun umbrella, a lounge chair, and a small table with a bottle of wine and 2 glasses. Flowers bloomed in planters along the low wall, adding a splash of color to the cozy space. Daniel took in the surroundings. "It's beautiful up here." Lily grinned. "We don't see many handsome men around here. Sit down, have a drink." Blushing, Daniel chuckled nervously. "Oh, thank you." He tried not to stare at Lily's long, suntanned legs, but it wasn't easy. "I come up here all the time when it's sunny," Lily said, applying sun lotion to her arms and legs. Daniel watched her, momentarily distracted, until Elena joined them. She gazed at Daniel with admiration, completely oblivious to the way Lily's eyes moved between them, an amused smile playing on her lips. Chapter 2: A Growing Connection. From that day on, every Sunday morning after church, Elena brought Daniel home for a glass of wine. As they pulled up to the apartment building, she would smile and say, "Honk the horn, Daniel. That way, Lily can have the wine ready." Daniel would give 3 short honks, and on sunny days, Lily would lean over the rooftop railing, waving down at them before heading inside to prepare their drinks. She always wore a bikini or a short skirt, something Elena never did. "My legs aren't made for bikinis," Elena once admitted self-consciously. Daniel disagreed. "I think they're very beautiful," he murmured shyly. One July evening, Lily casually asked Daniel, "What time do you finish work?" "Around 6, he replied. "Could you give me a ride home? My boutique is near the hospital, and you pass it on your way home anyway," she said sweetly. Elena quickly interjected, "There's a bus stop right outside the building." "But the bus takes forever." Lily pouted. "Please, Daniel." Daniel hesitated, looking between the 2 sisters. "Oh, sure." Lily beamed and leaned in to give him a quick peck on the cheek. "Thanks." That Friday, Daniel drove Lily home for the first time. They arrived an hour late. Chapter 3: Deception. When they finally pulled up to the apartment building, Elena was already waiting at the door. "What happened? Why are you so late?" she asked, concern in her voice. "There was an accident. Traffic was at a standstill," Lily answered quickly before Daniel could speak. That summer was particularly hot. Every Sunday, Elena went to church while Lily stayed home with their father. On sunny days, she spent her time sunbathing on the rooftop. Unlike Elena, who preferred the shade, Lily covered herself in tanning oil and soaked up the sun in her bikini. The sun isn't good for your skin, Elena cautioned one afternoon. Lily smirked. Daniel likes my skin. No, he doesn't, Elena snapped. Oh, but he does, Lily taunted. He's shy with women, but he always looks at me, very carefully. She leaned in, lowering her voice. Maybe he wants me to take off. Stop it, Lily. Elena interrupted, her face flushed with anger. Lily laughed. What's the matter, big sister? Afraid I'll take him from you? Elena didn't reply. The next Sunday, Daniel called early. I don't feel well. I'm not going to church today. I'll call you when I get home, he said apologetically. Of course, Elena replied, though something felt off. I won't be able to call before 2. There's a meeting after church, something about an overseas mission, he added. Elena nodded, even though she knew the meeting was scheduled for the following Sunday. Her unease grew. She left church at the usual time and arrived home just before 1. Checking on her father first, she found him asleep. Then, she picked up the phone and dialed Daniel's number. No answer. Maybe he's resting, and his mother doesn't want to disturb him, she reasoned. She changed into a light summer skirt and decided to go to the rooftop. As she reached for the door handle, she hesitated. The door was slightly ajar, and voices drifted toward her. A man's voice. Daniel. Elena's heart pounded as she listened. I feel bad about this. We must tell Elena soon, Daniel murmured. No, it's our secret. Just a little longer, Lily whispered. I don't like this. But you do love me, right? Not Elena? Lily insisted. A painful silence followed before Daniel finally sighed. You know I do. Elena's stomach twisted. She stepped away, unseen, and ran to her room, her heart breaking. She sat on the edge of her bed, her mind racing. Lily had everything: beauty, freedom, admirers. But this time, she had taken the one thing that mattered most to Elena. And Elena wasn't going to let it happen.